Christ in My Life in Christ is a short 5-part series where some people share how Jesus has come into their lives and how their lives have been changed because of Christ. The 2 worship pieces you'll listen to before and after they tell their story have been chosen by them. Tonight, Ryan Smith from CSSM in Ballycastle tells us his story.
I worship you. How are you all? It's great to be with you virtually during these strange times. Looking forward to hopefully in the near future to be with you in person and seeing you all again. I'm sure a good few of you watching this know who I am, whether that's you know me through Ballycastle Schism as Ryan, who leads the team with Rebecca, or especially the Torquay ones. If you maybe know me as wee Ryan that went to BB, went to the summer children's meetings and went to the youth club, or maybe some of you know me as Ronnie's young boy. I've had that a couple of times. However you may know me, it's great to be with you, as I said, and as I said as well, it'll be great to see you in person, hopefully in the next couple of months, instead of virtually over the phone. But I'm here today with you to go over my testimony and talk to you about how God has had an impact in my life when He's come into my life, and what life has been like with Him by my side over the last few years. Those that know me know that I'm from the White Park Bay area, just beside the Big McCurdy farm down there. So yes, my name's Ryan. I was born on the 3rd of November 1992. Mum, Dad, and two older sisters, Lynn and Emma, were at home for baby Ryan returning. Again, family of five, mum, dad, and two girls and a boy. Standard, normal, if you want to put it that way, whatever normal is, basic childhood. But one thing we didn't have was God in our life, or God in the home. Both my parents, fantastic people, dependable people. Same with my sisters. But just growing up, we did go to Sunday school at Dunseverick Church of Ireland. We went to BB, as I said, in Torquay and children's meetings, but we just didn't have God at home. It just wasn't a Christian home. And again, like until the age of 7, there's not really many memories you know, but at the age of 7 years old, my mum and dad decided to part ways and divorce, which I suppose at the age of 7, looking back now, you never really understood what it was. I knew that there was the prospect of two different houses, two different birthday presents, Christmas presents. So it's only now, obviously, when I'm older, do I realise sort of the complexities and everything that goes on with everyday life. But it was at that point in my life where sort of things were difficult. You know, it was hard going to school and having different parents. Mum pick you up sometimes, dad leave you off, and all the rest of it. But they were fantastic. It was never a big issue. But on the sort of church side of things, it was me and Irene then. Some of you will know me and Irene Kerr across the road from Dad's. She was the one who really took us to church, took us to Sunday school, me and my two sisters. And then I was going to BB at Torquay. You know, and the one thing, as I said, there wasn't God at home. There was no interactions or conversations with God apart from Sunday school and the boys' brigade. You know, growing up into my teens, I was just a normal boy, and I've said this several times when giving my testimony. I grew up through Dunseverick Primary School, loved my school there. Did the 11 plus and went to Dalriada. And yes, loved my time at Dalriada. I was just a normal boy, as I call it, or whatever normal is, but I loved football, loved Man United. I'm sure the Torquay boys, some of them will be happy with that. Loved playing hockey, loved playing PlayStation games. And it was only then when I started moving towards my sort of 17, 18 year old time that we started sort of going out with friends to parties and to Kelly's, Portrush, or down in Port Stewart, or even when friends and that went to university, then going out places in Belfast. My mission at that time was filling my week with socialising with friends, with going out, suppose in the slightly earlier years, and around 17, 18, it was about going to school, doing what I had to do, but then being able to go out at the weekends. Later on into my sort of late teens, early 20s, it was all about just going to work, getting paid, and then spending money on drink and going out to clubs, as I say, up in Belfast or in Portrush, wherever. I thought I was the bee's knees. I thought I had life sussed. You feel invincible. You think this is how it's going to go for the next 20, 30 years. I'm just going to work, earn some money, and spend it on, going out, having fun with mates and all the rest of it. But then I suppose at the age of around 19 or 20, a couple of things changed for me. I met a girl called Rebecca, who some of you will know, that even at the time, if you had said I'd be sitting here now doing a video and she'd be my wife, you'd probably think to yourself way back then, well, calm down a wee minute. But yes, I met Rebecca, and then whilst I was doing an HND in engineering, I went to Gallagher's tobacco factory in Ballymena, and I met probably one of the greatest witnesses for God that I have in my life, and Willie that I worked with. Willie opened the Bible in work. Never met anyone to do that before. He would ask multiple hundreds of questions. He would challenge, he would offend, he would support, but most of all, he put clearly the need that every single one of us have to have Jesus in our life. I remember sometimes coming away from work in Gallagher's, and I remember being upset. I remember being full of joy. I remember being seething angry. A whole mix of emotions. I remember coming home, but most of all, looking back now, I just see that as that was God breaking his way through all the defences that I tried to put up, all the barriers, and that was God breaking through to finally come into my life. Both with Rebecca and Willie, both of them were massive witnesses for me. It was the way Rebecca led her life. Rebecca and I never sat down and had massive conversations and about God and about what direction my life was going in. But it's the way she led her life, as I say. It's the way she treated people. It's the way she spoke to people. That coupled with Willie's mission to see a young fella like myself and many others have God in their life, both those things collided, and on the 3rd of November 2013, I sat down with Rebecca and asked her to help me ask Jesus into my life. You know what an evening that was, looking back. But did the world suddenly change on that evening that I gave my life to God? Did angels come down from heaven? No, they didn't. Did they rejoice in heaven? Absolutely, they did. But I suppose the one thing I'm trying to say is I expected a big change. I expected a eureka moment when I gave my life to God. And it simply doesn't work like that. It's difficult. It's hard leading a life that I led before, being someone who, wasn't a bad boy and teenager by any stretch of the imagination, but just was, every day, like, swore, went out drinking, all those sort of things, short temper, all those sort of things, overnight, to give your life to God and expect all those just to disappear and you to become an angel, I suppose is unrealistic now when we look back. But life since that day has gone through some massive changes for me. I've moved into a completely different career, a career that is horrendously difficult at times, and has massive challenges, but a career that also has massive rewards, and one that in 6 years now in this career I have grown to absolutely love, serving the community. Rebecca's had massive changes too. She's gone to university. She's then got her career as a primary teacher out of that. We've got married. We've bought a house. We've moved in together. We've even bought a dog. You know, nieces and nephews. Really, before I was a Christian, nieces and nephews come through, and the whole family side of it grows. Being a volunteer at SISM to now leading Ballycastle SISM, again, as things that I would not have expected, but some big changes. The only thing that has remained consistent throughout is God by our side the whole way. I've made lots of small mistakes. I've made some big mistakes too, but God has been with us all the way through them. None of us are ever going to be perfect. If we strive for perfection, we're only setting ourselves up to fail. You know, so for me, it's important to recognise the mistakes that I've made, big and small, and to ask God to be there with me the whole way, and to forgive me for them. The life of a Christian, I suppose, a follower of Jesus, is not the easy life. It's become increasingly more challenging in our world. But the one thing I would say is take hope. Take hope. God was there in the beginning. God was there when He came to earth. God was there when He died for us. He died for you and I. God was there when Jesus ascended back home to heaven. And He continues to be here with us today. No less present, no less powerful than He ever has been before. So that's my testimony. That is my journey with God over the last, I suppose, 9-10 years. But I want to just leave you with a verse. Those who know me as someone who is quite a positive person and always looks forward. So here for me is one of my favourite verses in the Bible. It's from Revelation chapter 21 verse 4. He will wipe every tear from their eyes. There will be no more death, or mourning, or crying, or pain, for the old order of things has passed away.
You put your love on the line to bear the weight of sin that was mine, washing my river of wrong into the sea of your infinite love. With arms held high, Lord, I give my life, knowing I'm found in Christ, in your love forever. With all I am, in your grace I stand, the greatest of all romance, love of God, my Savior. Oh, you're my Savior, Jesus. Mercy rolls like hurricane winds to the one who has rescued my soul, to the one who has welcomed me home, to the one who is Savior of all. I sing